Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Spy Family Season 3 Episode 1 reaction. So this is the first episode of Season 3. Season 2 came out quite a while ago. There was a movie though before this, which I also reacted to. And yeah, the story is ongoing. Like I don't know what's gonna happen this season, but in Season 2 it was mainly the whole the yacht. I forgot the name of that whole thing, but Yor had to go and do this mission, and like Lloyd and Anya, they followed them there. That whole thing happened. I remember that. And like a few other stuff here and there. We had a little bit of a episode like which focused around Bond, which I really enjoyed. And a few other things here and there we had. It was fun. So let's see what happens this season. Season 3 episode 1. Let's begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference. Let's get started. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Yep. Hmm. Yeah. Esper. Yep. Who can see into the future? Crazy. Okay. Brilliant panic. Okay. Hmm. A peaceful day. All right. Bond is like, where's mine? And a brain freeze. Yeah. Oh boy. Pudding. Oh no. It's suffocating. Ah. Well. All right. Oh my god. Oh, is he seeing something in the future? Oh no. Oh, what the hell? Damn, that's pretty aggressive. What in the. Oh, wait, this goes out of control or something? Damn, what in the. Alright, this is crazy. Yeah, where is the crane? Oh, this guy. Alright, you gotta chill. I guess he cannot. He has eye bags. The, I don't know. We shouldn't jump into conclusions. It might be someone else. But we need to find the crane first. Oh my god. Oh no. Well, stomach ache. I was gonna say. Yeah. All right. You need. Nobody's gonna believe that. That is such a horrible excuse. All right. Yeah, you believe. Okay. That is insane. How? I. Yeah. All right. I don't know how that worked, but whatever. There's the crane. You know what? You can say that the teachers told me to make a report on a big crane or something, and then make that an excuse to go near it. There you go. You can say that. Oh, we have to make a report on that. Oh, there he is. Yeah, but certain companies. Hmm. Yep. Damn. Well, yeah, I was gonna say, what the hell? He's gonna fall. Good lord. Oh boy. Oh, there's a balloon. He's gonna get triggered again. He's like, oh boy. Oh! Hey, yo! Oh my god. I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh, but this is just. Right. Oh boy. Yeah, well, he goes to that place, starts uprooting the trees. Oh, what the hell? Yeah? Okay, bro. Crazy. He won't. He's just. Yep. Okay, this is something else. Something. Okay. Yeah. Oh, damn. What's that? Well, that was your death, almost. Hey yo. Oh no. Ah, oh boy. Oh my god, what's happening? He's digging a hole. Good lord. Well, there you go. Well, I I think that's the problem. He doesn't get enough free time. Uh, well, you dug your own grave. No, stop it. Oh lord. Hmm. Well, executors are gonna about the trace policies. Okay. Oh damn. Oh god, sorry about that. Hey yo. Wait, it's Fiona? Oh, I thought. Okay. Informant and Nightfall. Okay. Right. Hmm. Acid. Talking about Frankie or something? Who? Okay. Well, that'll be very nice of you to do. Okay, never mind. It's not Frankie. It's someone else. Whoa! What in the? That was a trap. Yes. Oh wow. That is a. That would have been humiliating if. That was, okay. Oh, it is. Oh my god, it is Frankie. Okay. Well. Okay. Ah. Hmm. Okay. Yeah. 2 weeks. Wow, she's threatening him now. For sure. Yeah, he's not wrong, I guess. I guess there, yeah, is a procedure. Like he will have to. Let me talk about. Oh, this is like some kind of a. Yep, a secret message. And that's some kind of a password, right? Ah. Hmm. Hmm. What the hell? Yeah. I don't think he's here. Shoot you to. Okay. Oh no. Okay, this guy looks like a um. Yeah. Okay. Unbelievable. Bro, who was the guy? He's just. Oh no, yeah. Fiona was pissed. Alright. Damn. Oh, there he is. Well. Direct. Oh. Now what? Can we increase the pay? I guess not. Mm. Oh, oh, great. Yeah, well, I doubt that. Yeah. They probably followed you. Yo, just don't run like that. You're making yourself more susceptible. Great. Ah, Yeah. Just do the job, yeah. Oh. Oi! Right. Hmm. Oh, she's going to parry with the. Oh, damn. Oh, I thought she was going to parry with the knife. Yeah, well. Yeah, I was going to say, she. 13. Oh. Hmm. Yeah, he's an informant. Yeah. He was like not really officially. Bruh. Okay. Well. No. Okay. Ooh. 50% more. What? Ah, let's guess. Oh, that. You know what? Yeah, that is possible. To get that guy to do the job. Antique art. What? Right. Oh boy. Yeah, that is possible. She might have tipped them off so that. Okay, what is this? Opening? Yeah, opening, I'm guessing, not ending. Oh no, maybe this is the ending. Yeah, this is the ending. Damn. That's funny. Bond is flying away. Okay, I think that was the ending. Okay, we'll probably see the opening next week. Right, so that was episode 1 of Spy Family Season 3. Now, today's episode was divided into two parts. The first part was this guy who got extremely stressed because of his job, decides to destroy everything, and Bond sees the future. Anya reads his mind and leads Lloyd and your in that direction, and in the end, Lloyd and Yor end up saving the day. So, business as always. That's what happens usually in these type of situations. So yeah, job well done. Yeah, the family, like the Forger family, maintained peace for one more day. But yeah, that was the first part. The second part was Fiona trying to get someone to forge a signature, and to do that whole thing, and that's why ends up contacting Frankie. And yeah, we get into like a little scuffle at the end, but turns out there's a high possibility that Fiona was the one who actually tipped off the secrets, like the secret, what are they called, the secret service, yeah, to so that it actually makes the guy, like, I'm guessing Fiona probably knew that, yeah, this guy's not going to be an easy nut to crack. He'll probably ask for more money, or he'll do like make more fuss, like, about the whole thing. So, just as an insurance, she did that. So obviously he is indebted to her, and he does the job. So yeah, it worked out. And right, in the end, she said that she'll come back to Frankie for more job, I guess. And Frankie's like, bruh. Yeah, but there you go. That was the two sections of today's episode. And yeah, as always, it was a funny episode. And we see more crazy stuff going on. So let's talk about the first part. So the first part was, like I said, it was this guy who was extremely stressed out because of his job. So Anya ends up going and preventing the thing that would have happened, like the tragedy that would have happened over there. And like I always think, in these situations, like how does Yor not, like, you see, like, Lloyd is supposed to be a psychiatrist, right? How, like, he sees Yor Lloyd doing these kind of crazy stuff, and she never is like, how in the world is a psychiatrist doing these kind of crazy things? Like, just like, she never bats an eyelid about that. And Lloyd, I would say Lloyd is more like questioning about these kind of things whenever he sees on you're doing these type of crazy stuff. But he's also kind of very much oblivious in a weird way. It seems like both of them has no idea what normal people act like, and that's why they never end up questioning each other about their own abnormal acts that they perform. Like, like they have no understanding of normality in their life. And that's why, like, Lloyd doesn't even bat an eyelid when she suddenly sees Lloyd just running around and jumping about and just going inside the crane and starting to, like, operate the crane and fighting with the other crane. She doesn't even bat an eyelid. She probably thinks this is normal. Same with Lloyd, I'm guessing. Like, like when he sees you're kicking him in the face and almost knocking him out, that amount of crazy strength, he doesn't even bat an eyelid and question, like, wait a minute, something is weird with this lady here in front of me. Like, how the hell is she so strong? So they, probably because they have no understanding of normality, they don't question the other person's, like, the weird thing that the other person does, which is extremely obvious. Anya, obviously Anya's the, I would say, like, the more normal person here, because whenever Lloyd and Yor does these type of crazy stuff, she's kind of like just amazed and at awe. So I would say that Anya's probably the person who has more understanding of what normal is, because it makes sense. She's a little kid, So, but it's funny just how seeing every single time I've seen it, it's just been happening so many times that they see each other doing this crazy stuff, and they are like, oh, this is normal. This is nothing out of the ordinary. Oh my god, that's crazy. Another reason I feel like is probably because they themselves are hiding something. They are less prone to questioning the other person, because they're just busy trying to, like, suppress their own secret. they question the other person less because of that. Because obviously Yor is trying to hide the fact that she's an assassin, while Lloyd is trying to hide the fact she's a spy. Because they're trying to hide their own things, they do not question the other person's action that much because they're already preoccupied with their own, thing. That's also probably another reason. But I always see these things and I'm always like, what the hell is going on? Why are these guys not questioning each other? But anyways, but yeah, the first part was basically Lloyd was trying to make like a, like a normal family, like a thing, and he was like, I need to act normally, and that's why he suggested like having like the apple pudding and everything. And this is where Bond gets the future, like the premonition. And yeah, and Anya reads his mind, and they go off to save the day. Yor also played a big part here, where she went and saved that old man with that little puppy there. Not a puppy, that was an old dog. Why did I call it a puppy? Okay, whatever. Yeah. So that also, like she helped them out as well, and both of them did their own part. Lloyd was able to completely just upturn the other crane and stop the guy from going crazy. Now about the guy though, like I'm guessing he probably is like, you think like he has like eye bags and everything. He was talking about how he doesn't get enough paid and he has like, so it's just like trouble in his work, I guess. And the fact that he probably, like, the company that he works for probably just works him to the bone, doesn't give him enough pay, all those things. And seeing all of that and seeing other people just, like have living a normal life, he's like, what the hell is this? Why am I the one only to suffer? And he just went crazy. So, hopefully this helps him. I doubt it'll help him that much because, like I said, unless and until he does something about his job, which is the main reason why I think he's so stressed because of his job. Unless and until he does something about that, he's probably going to get stressed out in the future as well. But hopefully, like Lloyd stopping him makes him refrain from doing anything that endangers other humans' lives. Like, yeah. But either way, that worked out perfectly. And I love the fact that Anya said that, like, I was shocked at the fact that Lloyd and Yor just believed her when she was like, oh, I want to go study and I want to get more Stellas. That's why I want to go home and study. And I'm like, that is the worst excuse you could even think of. Like, you asking about telling that you want to go and study. Like, that is insane. But Lloyd and Yor were like, oh yeah, wow, that's amazing. And I'm like, okay, man. But that ended up being, like she ended up digging her own grave because now Lloyd is like, come on, like you said that you're going to do this, so you have to do this. No more Bond man for you. No more anime watching up until you complete your assignments. While we have Yor trying to make food and Bond just getting traumatized because he knows what's coming. He'll have to eat those stuff that Yor makes. Oh lord. But yeah, that was the first part. A funny little section. Normal everyday life of the Forger family. And yeah. So that's that. And then we have the second part where we have this lady, the handler. I forgot her name. I think they mentioned her name before. I just forgot it. She gives Fiona a mission, which was basically, so apparently this guy, he's doing something to increase the strawberry, like the strawberry rates. And that is why there's not enough like strawberry coming in to Westelis. And this person, this, like whatever, this guy in a higher position, he got pissed off because he didn't have any strawberry at the cake. So his son's birthday is coming in a few days or something like that. So before that, yeah, they will have to do something about this whole strawberry shortage, this problem. And to do that, obviously they need a signed document, and that sign needs to be a forged sign, obviously. And that is why Fiona wanted someone who could help her get to that person who'll forge the signature. She goes to Lloyd, and Lloyd tells her to go to Frankie's place. At first, I was thinking it was Frankie because like Lloyd said, like, oh, one of my people. But then with those traps and everything, and I was like, okay, maybe it's not him, not Frankie, but oh no, it is Frankie. And yeah, those were some crazy ass traps. Just some, like just yeah. Anyways, yeah, and then Frankie was like, all right, I have a person, and to get his attention, I love how they did it. They, obviously, like the radio was on, and in the radio they put out a message which had, like, I'm assuming, like certain keywords which you keep an ear out for, and those are the keywords for you to properly understand where you're supposed to meet. So this part, let me read this part. Okay, the last number for the theme song for Brilliant in Love, called Hearts of East and West. There you go. Hearts in quotation of East and West. Next up, we have our Let Me Talk About Work segment in quotations. Okay, is this whole radio show supposed to be like a like, I'm guessing they probably like normally just like do like stuff normal what normal radios do, but then they have these little sections which are like filled with like secret messages which people keep an ear out for. For normal people, it just seems like normal like radio going on, but for people who know, they are understanding what's going on. So Let Me Talk About Work segment. Okay, this one's from a caller called Scruffy King, which is obviously I'm guessing Frankie's like code name or something like that this guy knows. So immediately he's like, okay, let's listen to this. Thanks for listening to us. The other day I went to Bayern on a work trip, and I ordered some whiskey at a bar I went to. Yeah, so he knew where to go, and there you go. So we come to this place. Frankie's obviously like, we cannot go in, so we have to act as a married couple. Fiona's extremely pissed at that, but she's like, I have to do this. So they go in. Frankie then starts introducing her to everyone, which after like the third introduction, she gets so pissed off. She's like, I'm going to shoot you. But then we have this guy who comes in, and okay, so here's the thing. So this was a whole setup from Fiona. Fiona already knew that this guy's going to be, making like a fuss about this and be like, oh, give me more money or give me more time, all those things. She knew about that, so she deliberately tipped the Secret Service about this place. And she was going to use that as a leverage and act as like someone who saved him, so that put him in her debt so that she could get the job done, which is pretty smart, I would say. And yeah, she goes there and she gives the money. I'm assuming she probably reduced the amount deliberately, because like in these type of situations, usually there's like one or two negotiations. Like if you tell someone that, oh, I'm going to give you this amount, they'll usually be like, oh no, I need a little bit more, and then you start negotiating. So I'm assuming Fiona probably had a set amount of budget, and she deliberately lowered it so that he tries to get it up. But he was like, oh no, I don't want to do this at all. It is low paying, has a crazy amount of deadline. I don't want to do it. Goodbye. He leaves, and then comes the second part of the mission, which was Fiona already tipping the Secret Service about this place. Now, I at first thought that he was the one who was followed, but it turns out no, it wasn't. Like, I doubted. Like when he was saying like, oh, you guys got followed, I was like, in no way Frankie and Fiona got followed, because like Frankie is pretty capable himself. Even if someone is following them and Frankie doesn't catch on to that, I was pretty sure Fiona would have caught on to that. So I was like, it is impossible for those two to get followed. So this guy probably got followed himself and he didn't realize. But then in the end, it got revealed that it was Fiona who tipped them off. So it means Fiona deliberately got followed. It was them who got followed. It was not him. So right, fantastic. Yeah, so, or I guess it wasn't really followed. She tipped them off and they came in that particular location at that particular time. So it's something like that. But anyways, he starts running obviously, and then Fiona is like goes off and saves him from, you know, getting attacked. Yeah. Now, again, as always, the animation is absolutely perfect. Like, I have to say this show always delivers in the action scenes. Like, it's Cloverworks and Wit Studio, I think. Both of them are like collabing and everything. So it makes sense why the animation is always so smooth. Like, I don't know, like Spy Family's like actions and animations have such a fluidity that I don't see in many shows which are supposed to be action based. Even good like studios adapting like good shows, I don't see the same fluidity that I see in Spy Families. Like, like each and every actions are so intricate and so well animated that is absolutely amazing. And this section with Fiona really shows that again, where she goes and uses her leg to just grab the guy and just disarm him. Oh my god. But anyways, yeah, so that's that. There was one section where like she almost got shot, but she probably wouldn't have gotten shot because she knew that that guy was there. I was thinking she was going to parry with the knife or something, but she threw the knife and she probably would have dodged it. But Frankie thought that she was in danger, so Frankie tried to save her. So she kind of got interrupted, but it still worked out. Like, yeah, you can see like when Frankie saves her, she throws the knife like this in an underhand throw, which gets the guy in the wrist, and he drops the gun. However, I'm not sure how. Like, I feel like she actually would have gotten shot there if, or maybe she would have probably dodged, but it probably would have at least like scratched her like face or something like that would have happened, because in no way can you dodge a bullet like that. Like, come on, like I guess, yeah, but she was in such a position. I don't think it would have been easy for her to dodge and throw the knife at the same time. So I don't know. I'm not really sure what would have happened if Frankie didn't save her. And she probably would have, like, her her face or something, probably, or maybe like her arm probably would have gotten, like, like just, the bullet would have gone. And just like how Frankie got like a wound over here, she probably would have gotten a wound like that. Like, in no way can you completely dodge that and throw the knife at the same time. I don't know. Yeah, and he's like, oh, like, look, I got grazed. Yeah, so she gets up, and yeah, the knife is like lodged in his hand. Yeah, so then she's like, okay, let's go to this place to hide. And this is the part where Frank is like, wait a minute, was it you? Was it you the one who tipped them off? And he's like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, like, in the end, there was also another section where they ask Frankie that why are you doing this? Like, because he's not really affiliated with the, like, like the organization or anything. So he's like, oh, I just don't like how East does things. So I'm just here like stirring things up. It's just my rebellious phase. Here we go. I just don't know how the East is doing things. Country is too constrained. That's why I'm going to bully them. I'm going through my rebellious phase. Yeah, so that's kind of interesting because like we actually get to know like I don't know. I Up until now I thought maybe he was working with Lloyd's organization, but all the time Lloyd kind of gets information from him, and so I just assumed that maybe he is like some kind of a spy in the organization or not. Turns out no, he's not. Like, he's just like a independent informant, you would say, who usually like does things that makes things difficult for Ostania. Like, because he doesn't like the way they're doing the things. So he is kind of aligned with Westerlist, but at the same time he's not really. He is more of a neutral party. So right. So yeah, that happens in the end. He gets they get the job done. Fiona next later on comes to Frankie's store, and like gets the forged like thing. She did have to pay 50% more, I guess. Where's that part? Yeah, Quillfish finished it up super fast. Bill do 50% more, which I think was according to Fiona's calculation. Because, like I said, I'm sure she probably the first the amount that she wanted, like she promised to pay, was probably something she already reduced from the get go, so that it doesn't go above the budget. So now that he has billed him 50% more, it's probably fine. And if not, it's not enough. She can probably go and ask for more from from the company. So it's fine. At least he did it. He didn't want to do it at all. But yeah, Fiona tipped those guys off. It's not confirmed, 100% confirmed. But yeah, when Frankie said that, I was like, yeah, he's probably right. you know. Yeah, you tipped them off on purpose, didn't you? Yeah. Anyways, in the end, Fiona's like, I don't know what you're talking about, but yeah, I'll come back later with more work. And Frank is like, and then he's like, wait a minute, no, I don't want to. You're gonna make me lose my friends. Oh my god. But yeah, that was pretty funny. Right. And there you go. That's how this episode ended. So great episode, great start to season 3. Let's see what happens next. So that is it. Thanks for watching. This was my reaction to episode number 1 of Spy Family season 3. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed, comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And that is it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week with another episode. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.